Hi there, my name is Mitch Harlabedis, and in this video, we'll work together some exercises on absolute value inequalities just for fun, just for practice. Okay, let's begin with a proper title. Worked exercises on absolute value equations. And let's begin with exercise 2. This is from one of the workbooks we use in my current school. Let's go with the exercise 2. Absolute value of 2x plus 1 less than or equal to 7. Remember from theory, we should remember that absolute value of x smaller or equal than a positive value theta means that x should be less than theta, and at the same time, x should be greater than negative theta. In our case, that would mean that I have to use the expression inside the absolute value. Remember that math is a symbolic language. So 2x plus 1 less than or equal to 7, and 2x plus 1 greater than or equal to negative 7. So 2x less than or equal to 6, x less than or equal to 3, and at the same time, negative 7 minus 1, 2x should be greater than or equal to negative 8, which means that x should be greater than or equal to negative 4. Remember that each solution should be escorted by a visualization on a number line. X less than or equal to 3, assuming that 3 is somewhere here, since it's equal, it should be colored. Smaller or equal from 3 to the left. Assuming then as well that negative 4 is somewhere there, we don't need to be specific, we just want a visualization. Greater or equal than negative 4, it's from there to the right. We need the common solutions. These are the solutions. Let's go to the next one. And let's do 8. 3x plus 2 greater than or equal to 5. Again, let's begin with some theory. From theory, we know that absolute value of something is greater than or equal from a positive number if x is greater than that or x is less than the opposite of it. And again, it's just about the expressions inside the absolute values, which means that in this case, we would start by splitting that into 3x plus 2 greater than or equal to 5, or be, see, I did a mistake here, be extra careful on the wording, or 3x plus 2 less than or equal to negative 5. So 3x is greater than or equal to 5 minus 2, 3x bigger or equal than 3, x bigger or equal than 1, or 3x smaller or equal from minus 5 minus 2, 3x smaller or equal from negative 7, x smaller or equal from minus 7/3. Again, we need the visualization. 0 in the middle, x greater or equal than 1, assuming that 1 is here, greater or equal, let me say that, greater or equal again means from here to the right. So I should be there. Smaller or equal than minus 7/3, 7/3 minus 7/3 might be somewhere here. The equal part would make us to shade it. The smaller part would make us to go to the left. What else should we do from these? Let's do 21. As in absolute value equalities, we do not, let me write that, 2x minus 3 plus 1 less than 7. We will not start anything unless we isolate the absolute value first. So to do that, from theory, I know that if I cannot do something which will directly isolate the absolute value, I should start by isolating the term that contains that. So in this case, the 2 times absolute value of x minus 3. To do that, I should take out 1 from both sides first. So 2x minus 3 smaller than 7 minus 1, which means 2x minus 3 smaller than 6. Then I need to isolate that. So 2x minus 3 over 2 less than 6 over 2, which means that if these are cancelled out, x minus 3 smaller than 3. Now I'm ready to apply the previous knowledge, which means that now I should split it x minus 3 smaller than 3 and x minus 3 greater than negative 3. So x should be smaller than 3 plus 3, x should be smaller than 6, x greater than negative 3 plus 3, x greater than 0. The absolute values of that, 6, so assuming that 6 is here, it's just smaller, not equal, so I'm going to do a non-shaded circle. Smaller means from here to the left. So all these. But at the same time, I want it to be greater than 0. So greater means that I will have an empty circle. Greater than that to the right. Since I used the end as an interconnecting word, this means that these would have been the solutions. And let's do a kind of harder, which has double. Absolute values. Let's do 29. Absolute value of 2 times absolute value of x minus 3 minus 5, all that is less than or equal to 7. Remember that it's about a symbolic language. So ignore the inner absolute values and let's see how we can get rid of that. We know that we will get rid of that on the same way we've worked before. We'll take the expressions inside the absolute values, and we will say that this expression is either smaller or equal than 7, and not either, and it's greater or equal than negative 7. I will now deal with each one of these new cases separately. Can I do that directly? No, I firstly need to isolate the absolute value. So I'm going to isolate first the 2x minus 3 by moving the 5 on the other side. So 2x minus 3 smaller or equal than 12. So x minus 3 smaller or equal than 6. And now I'm going to split that again. So x minus 3 smaller or equal than 6 and x minus 3 greater or equal than negative 6. So x smaller or equal than 9 and x bigger or equal than negative 3. I should draw a number line for this case. Let's say that 9 is here. Smaller or equal than that means from here to the left. If -3 is here, greater or equal than -3 would have meant towards that direction. So for now, remember that we started from up there. For now, just for now, we ended up with this visualization, but we need to do the other one as well. 2x minus 3 greater or equal than -7 plus 5. X minus 3, 2x minus 3 greater or equal than -2. X minus 3 greater or equal than -1, which is always true. Always true would have meant for all numbers. So we would have drawn all numbers on the number line. Now, since these two different cases are still connected with the word and, I should draw a new number line that will represent all of them. From the left, I have that it's about -3 up to 9. From the right, it's about all numbers. But again, we have between them the word and. So these are my final solutions, from -3 included up to 9 included. That's all. It takes time. It needs practice. You should practice with more exercises. You can use the ones at the left part of your screen to do so. If, however, you have still issues, you still face some difficulties, you still have questions, please feel free and confident to share them in the comment section below this video. As always, thank you for your time.